find my look today. I know I look crazy, but hey guys, it's Gabby, and today we're going to be sewing a onesie, and this is what it's gonna look like. It's my first attempt. It's gonna be wrong. There's gonna be a lot of mistakes, but I'm gonna try again another time. But anyways, first we're gonna do the patterns for this onesie, and then we're gonna go into sewing each part. Let's just get started. First, we have to do the front of the onesie. So for the pattern, I'm just gonna make a guideline of 14 by 8. I'm not gonna close off the top, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the 4-inch mark, which is halfway, and I'm gonna do an 11-inch line, and that is gonna be where my neckline is. So now all I have to do is do the curves on the neckline and the bottom piece, and then once I do the curve up to here, then that'll be the end of my front piece. Before I do the curves, I'm going to bring it in a little bit. So I'm just gonna go up about 4.5 inches and make a mark there on both sides. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my curves at the 4-inch mark, and I'm going to just bring it in from that 4.5 inch up mark. Okay, once I have the bottom done, I'm gonna go to the top for the neckline. We're cutting off the front piece pattern. And now for the back piece, it's going to basically be the same thing, except I'm going to add a little bit down here. So really, I'm just going to trace this for the most part. I'm going to have the sides. This is going to be a little bit further up. This is going to be a little further down. Now that I've cut all my patterns out, or my front and back piece pattern out, I'm just going to label them now so that I don't forget. This is my front, this is my back, and next I'm going to do the sleeves. For the sake of how long this video already is, we're going to be done with these fast forwards. I'm just deleting those, and you guys will see the finished products. Now that I have my sleeve cut out, I'm going to label it sleeve, and I'm gonna put cut 2 so that I know I have to cut 2 of these. So now I'm gonna grab my fabric and I'm gonna cut all these out. I'll be back with the cut out pieces of fabric. Now that I'm back with all my fabric, I've cut 2 of the sleeves out. So I have these clips. These clips that I got from Amazon, and I'm just going to fold this in about 5/8. About 5/8 of an inch, and I'm gonna clip it on, and then we're just gonna sew that on. And I'm gonna go ahead and clip everything now. Also, if you want to do this now, you can cut off a 2-inch wide long strip of fabric for the foldovers, but I'm gonna do that afterwards when I get there. So I've pinned everything down, I've ironed everything, and I'm gonna go sew everything now. So I don't remember if I said I was gonna do 5/8 seam allowance or 1/2 inch. I decided on doing 1/2 inch, and that's what I'm going with now. And I'm just doing a straight stitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that. So now that I've sewed everything down, what I'm gonna do is take that 2-inch wide long strip of fabric, and I'm gonna go over the neckline and then the bottoms, both on the front and back side, and I'm gonna line it up with what the part that I just sewed, and I'm just gonna sew that right over it. And then once I get to the end of that, I'm just gonna cut it off and use the rest of it for each part. So once I do that, I'm just gonna sew it along the line that I had already sewed. Once I do that, oh, okay, so I'm gonna do it this way. Line it up.
And now I am starting to work on the sleeve
like
pattern.
And sew it down.
As you can see, I just did about 4.5 to 5 inches.
I'll show you what I have.
And then
let me go ahead and sew everything
about
down.
2 inches up, and then I did the
So now that everything's pinned,
for the top
I'm gonna
part.
go ahead and sew everything down. The rest of this video is going to be a voiceover because it was just way too long to be doing this video while there was other people in the house. So the rest of it's just going to be a voiceover. So now I'm just going to start sewing everything down.
Okay, so I just sewed everything down. I'm going to take that 2-inch strip of fabric and I'm going to go ahead and fold it over. And I'm lining up that edge of the 2-inch strip with the edge that's already sewed down right by the stitch line. And now I'm going to go ahead and pin everything down. So I've clipped everything down. I'm going to the sewing machine, and what we're going to do is do a zigzag stitch on that edge right by the stitch line.
Thank you.
She's talking to him. He's crying. He's hungry. He's gonna kick you. She's like, hey. Okay, now I've sewn everything down. I'm gonna go ahead and take the back piece, lay it down with the wrong side facing up, and put the front piece on top, also with the wrong side facing up. And I'm gonna cross them over, and then I'm gonna clip that down and sew that down. So now I'm just sewing everything down.
Alright, so now that I've sewed everything down, I'm going to take the excess from the front piece and back piece and I'm going to cut it off. Make sure that you're not cutting off the 2-inch wide strip of fabric,
now I'm just
but
cutting off
the
all
actual
the
front
thread
piece.
excess.
I sewed
And,
the
that's what I'm doing.
sleeve, and I also sewed the bottom part, like the sides. So this is complete besides the buttons.
You can buy these clip-ons, these snap-ons, these snap buttons at Walmart or Amazon. You can literally buy them anywhere. They come in packs and they come with a little tool.
But that's the last part that I need for this. But for my first attempt at making this onesie, I did horrible. So I'm gonna redo this and I'm gonna do it better. I'm gonna try to do it a lot better. Just remember, when you're doing the sleeve, make sure that before you sew it and you pin it on, make sure you turn it around real quick just to see what it would look like when it would be if it was sewed, because I didn't do that and I sewed it on the wrong side. So my right side is actually the wrong side. This is inside out. It's supposed to be on this side, but I sewed it on the wrong way. So second attempt will be coming up whenever I decide to do another onesie. But I'm gonna try to do it again. I'm gonna try to do it better. But this is the onesie. It's not too bad. I mean, like the pattern I should have done more rounded on the neckline, and I should have done the sleeves from the top down that way instead of doing a circle, a semicircle. I should have just done it up and over. But I didn't do that, so I'm going to redo this better and the right way. But this is my first attempt, so this is it. I just want you guys to know, just remember it's okay to make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes in this video, but it's okay. We're gonna do another attempt and I'll record that and you can see my progress as I learn to do this myself. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to learn something new every week, or as close to every week as I can get. Because let's be honest, I have a kid. And yeah, so come back whenever I make the next video.